I had a conversation the other day with a friend where he asked me what would I choose if I was given these two options. Option A is $1 million house where my husband would be paying the bond, or $2 million house where we will be paying the bond together. And my answer was straightforward. I told him that I would choose a $1 million house where my husband would be paying for the bond. But then the conversation was like, why would I do that? Because like, if we can afford the bond, both of us, why should I settle for a $1 million house? I told him because I need to understand what is my husband's responsibility and role. And as a provider, I think if I was to help him to pay for the $2 million house, I'll be taking that responsibility for him. I'll be making him less of a man. Instead of him fulfilling his role as a man, I'm chipping in. And you know what would that mean? It means that I'm also a provider, and there can only be one leader in a household, right? So if I'm being the provider, what does my role as a wife mean? What's gonna be happening to it? Because if shift push to come, I would not be submissive to my husband. I will not be respectful to my husband. I will think that I'm better than him. I will think that I'm, paying for the house and I'm doing a manly duty and all of that. And that is what we have currently in our society. We have a situation where there's a husband and a wife, and none of them knows their roles and the responsibility. Women take men responsibility and men take woman responsibility. There is no wife or no husband. Their roles are not clearly defined because we really forgot our roles. If I take the role of a husband as a wife, it means that I am taking away from my husband to fulfill his duty as a man. And if he's taking my roles as a wife, it means that he is making me fail from me doing the wifely duties. I cannot be submissive to a man that I provide to. It just doesn't make sense. We need to be able to understand the reality of that. We have so many divorces, and most divorces are initiated by women. I heard that 70% of the divorces that we have currently in the world are initiated by women. And you know why? It's because both women and men have forgotten their role. It is about time we understand our roles as wife and husband. It is about time we understand the duties and the roles that we play. Because at the end of the day, the sun and the moon cannot shine at the same time. The sun and the moon cannot exist around the same time. It will clash. It will not be good. We need to be able to be honest about this conversation. We need to be able to face these conversations. We need to be able to be truthful to ourselves. If I'm your wife, I'm going to be submissive to you. I'm going to be supporting you. I'm going to be loyal to you. If it means that you are sick as my husband, I will drop everything. I mean, even if I'm working, I will drop that work so that I can be home and take care of you and take care of the kids, because I know I have the security and the assurance that everything will be taken care of in the household. You will be the provider that God created you to be in the household. You will be able to pay the bond. So imagine if you are sick now, I can't stop my work and take care of you because I have to keep working so that I can be able to fulfill the role. You see the problem with me allowing to say that just because you want to stay in a $2 million house, then we would be fine. We won't be fine. We would be fine for now, but in the long run, 6 years down the line, 10 years down the line, it will come back to us. I think it's about time women and men really come together and understand their role and responsibility as a wife and a husband in a marriage. And maybe, just maybe, the world be a better place to live. I believe so, truly.